In Russian folklore, Baba Yaga is an old, terrifying woman, a lady that slips between realms, haunts children and the homeless in the dead of the night. It's never seen but always lurking in the shadows. This was the image that was given to Tamara Samsonova. Let's break into this case. Tamara Samsonova was born on June 3, 1945, in a small, remote village called Ozhor. She was the only child and her family were extremely poor. After graduating from high school, Tamara attended to Linguistic University in Moscow, so she was literally proficient in three languages: Russian, which is her native language, English, and German. She was literally so intelligent. After completing her studies at Moscow University, she moved to a bigger city called St. Petersburg because she wanted to start her new life in a bigger city with bigger opportunities. So she chose St. Petersburg, which we're gonna hear that a lot in this case. And that's where she met her husband, Alexis Samsonova. And after a short period of time, they got married. After she got married for a short time, she started working at a travel agency, which didn't take long. And after that, Tamara literally worked for 16 years until she got retired in a really huge hotel in St. Petersburg called Grand Europe Hotel. And this hotel is still really famous and big. So when I heard that she used to work there, I was like, wow, really? Now let's have a time jump to 2000s. Police had received a note that Tamara's husband, Alexis, was missing. So they sent two officers to find out what's going on. Tamara opened the door immediately and she welcomed the officers really nice. So officers started asking her like, where's your husband? We had a report that he's missing. And she goes like, he ran away with another woman, he left me, now I'm alone. So officers felt really bad for her, like her husband left her after 30 years. And they totally believed her, cause like, why would she lie? Like, why would she lie about something like this? After a year, Tamara decided to rent room to people. We don't exactly know why, but maybe she was alone or running low on money. Tamara's first housemate was a man named Vladimir. At the beginning, they got along really well, but over time, they started fighting and arguing non-stop. Like, non-stop. So after a short period of time, Vladimir left Tamara's house and never returned. A little while later, Tamara decided to take in another tenant, Sergei Pitani, a man in his 40s. Sergei had wife and children, but not in St. Petersburg. So he basically had no one in St. Petersburg and he was looking for a room. Just like Vladimir, they were cool at first, like no problem. But after a while, arguments began. Because Tamara was extremely controlling and sensitive. She literally wanted everything to be under her control. Their arguments continued until 2003. In 2003, one day out of the blue, Tamara told her neighbors that Sergei had packed his things and moved out. This pattern repeated so many times, and I just want to know, like, wasn't anyone curious? Like, this wasn't normal. That's what Tamara kept saying to everyone. They packed and they left. Let's get to the year 2015. When Tamara was at her 60s, she realized that her apartment had grown old and decayed, as she hadn't changed it since she married Alexis. So she decided to move out while the apartment was being repaired. She moved in with another woman named Valentina, who lived on the same street as her. Valentina was only 1 year older than Tamara. After a few months living together, Tamara tells Valentina that she wants to live here for the rest of her life because she's having a good time. And Valentina refuses. As I told you, Tamara is controlling. Tamara is not easy to live with. So she respectfully goes like, I don't think so, Tamara. We're not really good together. And I just really want to be in peace. I'm literally 70. The arguments between them continued until July 2016. In July 2016, they had a really huge argument about something really silly, doing the dishes. And it really upset Tamara because she's sensitive, like what's your tone? And I don't really understand Tamara. Like you're literally living with Valentina for months rent free. And the only condition with that is to help her with the houseworks. And now you're like getting upset because dishes? You're living here rent free. She goes to a pharmacy and asks for phenazepam, which is a prescription only medication used for serious mental health conditions, and taking too much of it can be really deadly. She comes back home, made Valentina's favorite food, Olivier salad, which is a traditional Russian dish with potatoes, meat, and vegetables, and mixed in 50 pills. Then serve it for Valentina, says she's really tired, and she goes to bed. She wakes up, goes downstairs, sees Valentina unconscious in the kitchen. She used a power tool to dismember Valentina, separating the limbs and diving the torso, before removing additional parts during the process. As you can see in these CCTV videos, that she goes up and downstairs several times, carrying multiple bags that we all know what's inside of them, and also a pot in her hand to dump around the apartment. Tamara placed some of her important body parts in that pot and subjected them to heat. Can you guess why? So the recognition get difficult. In July 26, a couple was out walking their dog when they noticed that there's something off, like the dog kept barking and pulling them toward the side of a nearby building. So they followed it and spotted several of discarded shower curtains. So they took a closer look and immediately realized everything. Yes, Valentina's body part. So they immediately called police, because there wasn't enough information to identify who might be involved or recognize who that was. Officers conducted a door-to-door check in the neighborhood, asking residents if everyone in their household were present and safe. After completing the sweep, they discovered that one person was unaccounted for. Police went to Valentina's apartment, where they found Tamara Samsonova inside, and Valentina wasn't there. At first, Tamara didn't seem like someone who could be involved in this case, because she was an elderly, calm woman. Like, how could she? Officers weren't expecting anything of Tamara. They were like, no way. How? But they decided to look around the apartment. Tamara welcomed them really nice. So while they were checking the apartment, they noticed some unexpectables in her kitchen and her bathroom, and a missing plastic shower curtain in the bathroom. During the questioning, Tamara immediately acknowledged about every single thing that she's done to Valentina, and described it to officers in details. She also claimed that a neighbor had helped her. It was later confirmed that the neighbor wasn't even in St. Petersburg at the time. Tamara Samsonova's first court took place on July 29. In that court, once again, Tamara admitted about what she's done to Valentina, confidently. One moment in that court that went viral shows her turning toward the photographers from inside a small glass enclosure and blowing them a kiss. Guys, ready yourselves for this. During that court, Tamara also acknowledged about her involvement in several other cases. After hearing her statements, judge ruled that further investigation was needed, and Tamara would remain in custody until her next court. After that session, officers brought Tamara to Valentina's apartment. They gave her a bird doll and asked her, "Show us what you've done to Valentina with that doll." She starts showing them step by step in full details. Like, "Okay, officers, ready yourself." Eventually, after asking her some questions, police were able to locate some of Valentina's body parts. Investigators decided to search Tamara's old house. Yes, the one that was getting repaired. That apartment has never got repaired and Tamara was lying. So they start searching it and they found Tamara's personal diary. Interesting. That diary book was written in 3 languages: German, English, and Russian. So investigators started reading it, and guess what they found? 10 other crimes that she fully admitted to, just like Valentina. Verifying these old cases was truly difficult for investigators because a lot of those people were not even from St. Petersburg, or so much time had passed that collecting evidence was nearly impossible. Do you remember Vladimir, Tamara's first roommate? Investigators found an entry claiming responsibility for someone named Volodya. In Russian, Volodya is short form, like nickname for Vladimir. She said that she had done everything that she has done to Valentina to Volodya. Police began searching for his family to just let them know about all this. But they discovered Vladimir himself. Surprised officers explained the situation for Vladimir. Vladimir revealed that when he had lived with Tamara, they had a relationship more than roommates. But not only with Vladimir, she had this with plenty of her roommates. He says after one particular huge argument, he felt ill and was hospitalized. Do you see the process? So doctors told him that he had been poisoned. Eventually, he got scared, packed, and left. So basically, she tried her best, but she hadn't success. You might think, what about that Volodya in diary? Was she just talking shit? No, Volodya was also Vladimir, but another Vladimir. He was also once her roommate. Do you remember Sergei, her second roommate? On September 6, 2003, Tamara poisoned him and done the exact same process. Same year, police discovered a part of body with no confirmed identity. In her old apartment, officers also found plenty of books related to dark magic and spells. But one of her books had some pages torn out. In 2003, when police found the unidentified body part, one of the torn spell books was discovered on it. So they put that page on his case. And now, in 2016, comparing it to Tamara's book, eventually confirmed that this is the same book. So they confirmed that page had been removed from this copy. Tamara's full diary has never been released, and it remains unknown whether she was involved in Alex's missing case or not. Even though investigators suspect that she was, police suspected her in a total of 21 cases, and Tamara herself admitted to 13 of them. However, officers had only solid evidence for 2 of them: Valentina and Sergei. The psychiatric team examining Tamara concluded that she's not mentally fit to stand trial, so the court could not be processed. On November 26, 2015, she was temporarily committed to a psychiatric hospital for evaluation. Her psychiatric team says that she has violent schizophrenia and paranoia. Tamara is still in a psychiatric hospital and she's still not mentally fit to stay on trial. This case was definitely so heavy and informations were so limited, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye!